Join the conversation.
You're with Cape Talk.
So it's time for our new segment. I feel quite strongly about this. This is the segment in which I share with you a couple of my views on something of great import in South Africa and really invite you to challenge me on it, contribute your views and let us know what your thoughts are. And I feel quite strongly about this. Now, that as frustrating as it may be to watch maladministration and inefficiencies obstruct appropriate spending, and yes, corruption and incompetence are gnawing away at services that are our right, it does not give us a right as citizens to withhold monies owed for services rendered, however shoddily they are rendered. Now, Eskom, presenting to the Parliament's Standing Committee on Public Accounts, or SCOPA, reported yesterday that debt owed to it by municipalities has increased by 6 billion rand over the past 6 months. It continues a 1 billion rand collection underrun per month and is directly as a result of non-payment by consumers of electricity. Debt owed by municipalities to Eskom has currently run to 26.4 billion and is headed north of 36 billion if bills aren't paid. That's almost 10% of Eskom's entire debt burden. In turn, the municipalities themselves are buckling under the pressure of non-payment, with residents, yes, people like you and me, owing municipalities an eye-watering 140 billion rand. 140 billion rand. That is money owed to places like City of Cape Town, yes, but also to city councils like Matikama up at the West Coast, or Drakenstein, places like Matatiele in Eastern Cape, where drought is already ravaging the ability of water to be provided, and where not everyone collects their water from an openable tap. Municipalities' jobs are to keep us alive on a day-to-day basis with minimal risks to our health, yes, and by providing clean water, removing our trash, piping our sewage, firefighting, providing local transport. And I will admit our municipalities are hardly ideal, but I can't imagine getting anything done, even with the most efficient of teams, with a 140 billion rand hole burning in my pocket. Can you? And this non-compliance extends well beyond the necessities. At last year end, SABC reported it is still owed 25 billion rand in unpaid licenses. Now, it's currently unclear whether this non-compliance is as a result of defiance, opportunistic delinquency, or a lack of affordability. But whichever of these scenarios presents itself, it's unsustainable. A great deal of time is spent in our conversations on this show making the same complaints again and again. This ANC government, that wasteful expenditure, all this corruption. Sure, none of this is incorrect. Complaining about it, though, doesn't bring that money back. Hence, we try to focus our conversations on this show on solutions. Politicians are dishonest, and water is wet. But none of this absolves us from upstanding citizenry. Some of you are really proud when you send us your WhatsApp voice notes talking about not paying your public bills for which you're responsible. Proudly leaving voice notes about whatever, they'll never catch me. As proudly as Helen Ziller called for a tax revolt at the beginning of this year. The government might not catch you, but the market surely will. You'll be caught by the rand. You will be caught by stagflation. You'll be caught by a ratings downgrade. You will be caught by criminal activity driven by extreme inequality. Believe that. Now, GDP growth shocked the market yesterday at minus 0.6% year on year. We're on track for 0% growth with crumbling institutions. It's not just that East Dingo is cancelled or that we can't afford the rights to the Rugby World Cup being screened. This is about plunging into darkness like Venezuela. This is no longer a game and we need to pull in the same direction. One of you has sent me a WhatsApp already saying, let's not forget e-tolls. Quite right. Now, if you have a bone to pick with government, I think it's time we learn to take it up in the ballot box like grown-ups. It not only does delinquency immediately remove your right to complain about corruption, it also massively exacerbates an already dire situation. There is no point in debating the state of our SOEs, the CEOs that step up to lead them, or the turnaround strategies that we welcome experts to discuss on this show, if we're undermining the ability for them to be implemented by literally robbing from our own children's mouths. Pay your bills. I feel very strongly about this.